Sure.
All right, well, let's move on to Deadpool. This movie comes out in
February
a
12th.
little over 2 weeks.
3 weeks.
3 weeks?
Yeah.
Wow. Well, some interesting news dropped. Deadpool gets banned in China. I wrote up an article where I stated this is both a good thing and a bad thing, depending on how you look at it. So before we get into the reactions that released online from a secret screening, what do you guys think? Deadpool gets banned in China. Is it a big deal or not a big deal?
I guess a little bit of both. It kind of makes sense. I mean, if you follow stuff like that and kind of look into countries and whatnot, you would know that China is that kind of country, I guess you could say. They're very protective towards certain things, and the way school systems are run, and the way houses run in there, and families and stuff like that. So it does make sense that this type of film wouldn't be allowed there. It's gonna be a violent, brutal, very dark and graphic, hard language film. Mm-hmm. So it makes sense. I don't think it's gonna hurt it as bad as people may think it will. It might hurt a little bit of the box office, sure, but Deadpool is never gonna make $100 million at the box office opening weekend, or what Star Wars or what the X-Men movies are gonna do. It's a small movie. It's the first of its kind. So they're not expecting it to make a whole bunch of money like the X-Men movies. So sure, it'll hurt a little bit, but I don't think it's gonna hurt people going to see it everywhere else in the world. I don't think.
Have you heard what it's tracking?
55 million.
50 million,
which I think is the perfect number.
Amazing.
50 to 60 million. I think it's.
What
perfect
is the budget?
Number.
It's like 30 million or something.
35 million.
Yeah, so 50 to 60 million is a perfect opening number.
Dude, it's gonna kill. I think it's gonna make like 250 worldwide.
I think so.
That's a huge.
I think
profit,
so too. I think so too.
First of all, I don't really care too much about this story, but it's a little weird because it can both hurt and help this genre, because now studios going forward are going to be like, well, we were considering making this property rated R, but we could make $100 million in China if we make it PG-13. So let's make it PG-13. So that upsets me a little bit. But on the other side, it's like this movie's so bad that it's being banned in China, which personally excites me because I want this movie to go balls to the walls, all out.
Literally balls to the wall.
And it's going to. He's cutting off heads and kicking them. So I can't be more excited for this film. Like, if there wasn't so many superhero movies coming out and a Star Wars movie coming out this year, this would be my number one most anticipated. But there's a few other films that I'm looking forward to more. But, dude, I cannot wait for Deadpool. And Deadpool's gonna be my Valentine's Day this year. I don't.
By the way, Deadpool announced on Twitter today that tickets are now on sale. So just for everybody out there,
we gotta get on that.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, all of us and everyone else out there who's looking forward, who's happy that Deadpool is getting an R rating, better show up in waves. Like, y'all better show up,
support
this movie. If you like it, tweet about it, get the word of mouth spreading, because I think this film it already limited itself with its R rating. People under 17 can't go. They're gonna likely have to be dragged by their parents to go see it. Parents might be a little bit I don't know if I want my child to go see this movie. So, and then the fact that it gets banned in China, which is the second biggest market for the moviegoers, for international, actually in the world. This film is going to need some help, and I feel like for everyone out there who goes and watches it and loves it, they need to spread the word of mouth to get this going, because this film was made for the fans. So the things that the fans can do in return is to spread the word of mouth and, get everyone to go out there and go watch it. All the adults out there, to go see this movie. Even if it gets banned, it's banned in China, I feel like it's going to still, make back its money and then some.
Well, I think it's going to be fine because, like we just said, what's the budget? 35 million?
Yeah.
So it doesn't really need China to be a hit. I mean, it would be nice to have that, but I don't think it's going to be a situation where Deadpool is not going to bomb. it's gonna make it's gonna make a lot of profit. So I think it'll be fine.
Well, it'll be kind of a wait and see thing. We'll see. I'm confident it will, but
so you're worried that it's not going to make that people aren't going to go see it? Is that what you're saying?
I'm worried that so it's demographic. It's obviously going to appeal from people from 18 to 35 years old, but from that 36 years old to 60 years old, they might need a little bit more of a sell. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But we'll see.
I have a little side note really quick. I had somebody tell me, I'm not going to say who, but somebody tell me that they already downloaded it on their computer. Don't download Deadpool. Go watch it in the theaters, please. Don't steal. Don't be a thief.
Yeah, agreed.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
What do you guys think about the first reactions? Did you guys look at it?
I mean, they're exactly what I expected. I feel like every fan or every movie fan who goes to the movies on a regular basis is going to walk out of the theater of this film with their mind freaking blown. Like their brain's going to be oozing out of their ears by this movie. I think the trailers are exactly what we're going to get. If you've seen the Red Band trailers for this film, that's exactly what the movie's going to be, just in a 2-hour format. It definitely gets me excited, obviously. But the fan reactions are great. But what gets me more excited is the actual creator of Deadpool saying that this is the best version of the character yet. Like he actually said that after watching the film. Rob Liefeld, if you follow him on Twitter, Instagram, everything, he's great. But he's the co-creator of Deadpool, and he said this is the best version of the character yet, and that's what gets me more excited. Tim Miller and Ryan Reynolds have been working on this thing for years. They've been wanting to get it to the big screen for years, and it's a passion project for sure. But they're going to do the right thing and give us what we want, and give us a film that that people have been wanting for a very, very long time. So it's exactly what I expected, and I'm very glad to see it.
Jacob?
I have not looked up the reactions, and I'm not going to because I don't want my anticipation to be raised or lowered. So.
Yeah. And real quickly, I don't know what the hell is wrong with me today, guys, but Deadpool is gonna kill it. I just thought about Neighbors and how it did 2014. What was it, like 100 million?
Neighbors?
Domestically, yeah. I think it made like 200 something million.
What did it do? Like its opening weekend, I know it did. I think it did like 50 million or something like that.
Well, 22 Jump Street killed it at the box office.
Yeah, and this is a comic book movie. It's an R-rated comedy. This film's gonna kill. I don't know why I said.
Well, the thing is, China. I would be worried if it was $100 million budget. Then I would be worried. But it's $35 million budget.
Let's see.
When did it make its opening weekend? I know Box Office Mojo has it on there.
Well, it made $270 worldwide, $49 million opening weekend.
Yeah, and this is a comic movie.
Domestically, it made $150.
Yeah, see, that's great. And this is
Deadpool.
I think
Deadpool's gonna crush.
Have a broader audience because it's gonna not only pull in that audience but comic book audience as well.
I think Deadpool will make $350 worldwide.
I think kids are gonna beg their older brothers, their mom and dad to go see this movie. So it's also gonna bring in kids too.
But let's be real. A lot of movie theaters across the country and the world don't factor in the 17 stuff. They let kids go see the movie. I know a lot of theaters that don't ask, "Oh, are you 17 or whatever?"
Yeah.
So
sometimes,
that's gonna, but not all theaters. That's gonna factor into it.
Well, I mean, if you see a kid saying, "Hey, can I get one ticket to Deadpool?"
But I'm not saying like 8 or 9 year olds. I'm saying like 14, 15, 16 year olds.
There's
teenagers.
15-year-olds that look like they're 22.
Yeah, so teenagers are going to go see this, and that's going to factor into it. But the movie's gonna crush. I mean, it's gonna make more than Neighbors did. So there's definitely nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, because Deadpool is such a pivotal film for the comic book genre.
22 Jump Street made $331 million worldwide, 191 domestically, $57 million opening weekend. So there you go.
All right.